Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 33 of our federal Spring of 61 campaign. Alright, looking at the map here, you can see not much has changed in the last episode. We'll be getting into that. But first off, we'll be jumping into the historical record, as there are no new viewer units to add in this episode. So just as a reminder, once again, these videos are always chaptered, and you can skip around to whichever part you do so choose. A letter from Jerome T. West, 5th New York Volunteers, to his fiancée. Dearest Marion, we finally fought our first real battle just outside of Baton Rouge. The unit did well. We had lots of marching across the battlefield. I found out that I really do not like ordering men to their deaths. When Colonel Durr confided in me that it has to be done, and he volunteered to write the letters home for those that died. But I told him, no, sir. I commanded them, I'll write the letters. But I wasn't sure what to say. He remarked, just say what's in your heart. Enough of that, my dear. I'm holding up well, and health is very good. So hoping that this letter finds you in good health, and do tell your family my best wishes. Jerome T. West. A letter from Marion Wade to her husband, Michael Wade, Buffalo Soldiers. Dearest Michael, I'm sorry to hear of your plight. I do find solace in knowing you're okay. Cheer up, my dear. We are still singing your praises to all, our own hometown hero. Not much is happening here. Times are hard, but we subside on bartering what goods we have for those sundries we do not. All in all, things are quiet now that we aren't being harassed every other day for produce or meat, such items as needed by the home guard. Now the sheriffs have come back and run off the last of the rabble still lurking around town. Things seem brighter since your armies marched through our home. Oh, how the memory lingers, still manages to put a smile upon my face. So dapper in your uniform. Remember those days as you recover. Having known you, Mr. Wade, I'm sure the rebels will regret bringing upon themselves your ire. May the good Lord continue to keep you safe and return you to us. A letter from Albert W. Minton, Color Bearer, 4th Tennessee Volunteers, Lincoln's Nolichucky Legion. Dated 7 September, 1863. Dearest Martha, I pray you will forgive me for the lapse in correspondence, for in time following the Legion's latest fight, it scarcely occurred to me to sit down and write, and I fear to say too much on matters martial. The Buttoners tightened their hold on Old East Tennessee. Speaking of which, I hope you and your father have come to no great harm at their hands, or that your temper has given them no cause to try you for treason. For the majority of the spring and summer, we've been positioned in Franklin, a town many of the boys delight in, on account of sharing its name with old Nolichucky Jack's Republic. Barring a short march and bivouac inside of Washington during the summer when the Rebs stole a short march across the river, they were repulsed before our boys could have a taste of them again. People of Franklin treat us boys in blue quite well, even those not garbed in blue. When we entered the city, battered, sore-footed, brave men who never shrinked from the fray, laid low by thirst. The good men and women of the town were there at every doorway and street corner to greet the 3rd Corps with cool water. It was even more water than mud, a welcome sight to Scott's gallant veterans. Our drilling and reviews are always well attended by scores of ladies, old men, and young boys, who seem to take particular interest in the wolf-lean, shaggy-haired Tennessee exiles of our own brigade. Well, they know the story of MacArthur's glorious charge that captured 3,000 men and 4 flags. Contraband. Bondsmen from Virginia and Kentucky who have made the odyssey through the rebel country to our lines and into freedom's light, coming by the hundreds every day. Men, women, and children. One old gentleman of unsurpassing eloquence and fervor has entered into service as the unofficial brigade chaplain. I do not believe it is strictly regulation. General Patterson seems to take no notice. At any rate, the boys agree he's a fine pastor, particularly when he roundly damns Jeff Davis and heartily prays for the redemption of each accursed sinner and the death of every traitor. Elements of the Corps have been involved in picket fighting and skirmishing with rebels across the Potomac. Word is they've forced the river south of Washington again. This time, some of their men haven't stayed. And of course, they've been massing to our front south of Franklin throughout the war. Might well make good on the promised invasion of Maryland. At any rate, we'll soon have good fighting at some point along the Potomac line, though our enlistments are quickly coming up. I intend to fight this war out until the end. for the glorious flag of our forebears, for the freedom of the bondsmen, for honest Uncle Abe, and for the liberty of East Tennessee. Come what may, I will stand beneath the grand old flag until we conquer or die. Your loving and forever faithful fiancé, Albert Minton. Once again, as always, thank you so much to everybody who chooses to take part in sending letters and diary entries and newspaper entries for their units following the battles. They are always a delight to read. And once again, I do hope you all enjoy them also. All right, following the last episode, we did have the 16th attempt by the rebels on the Washington, D.C., seeing off the Army of Virginia and its 2 corps. Sadly, at the cost of the majority of one of our cavalry brigades, the Carroll Dog Foxes, who I'm transferring up to Tradoc right now so that they can reform. It'll be 8 days before that Tradoc, and then however long it takes them to reform after that before I send them back into the Army again. One of the things I'm going to do right now is rotate 3rd and 4th Corps. It's something I should have done already. These units don't look like they're going to fight us. And they're just going to rotate positioning. Give the 3rd a break. I don't see anything happening along the Potomac line for now. This army right here should retreat away. It may not. We'll see. Out here in Tennessee, as you can see, they have retaken some of the Tennessee, Illinois. Just reading the last letter, I had Tennessee stuck in my head. So, as you can see, they've retaken St. Louis. That's not a big deal to me right now. I'm still waiting for some troops to transfer in the 1st Corps before I start sending them off in that direction to take care of that issue. Out here in the west, 7th Corps is still waiting on resupply. Their depot is built, so I'm going to let them sit a few more days before continuing them on, once they get a few more provisions in. 2nd Corps has begun the siege of Fort Gibson outside Muskogee, and 5th Corps is on its way back to Fort Smith to reattempt the siege there. How the hell do you guys use all your... That makes no sense. These guys had a full load of ammunition. They've only gone 1 town over and they're already almost out of ammo before making it to Fort Smith. And the morale's dropped to 40%. Hopefully to make it to Fort Smith in time before the morale drops completely. Okay. And 6th Corps has orders to go take down Fort St. Philippe. Or they're still waiting for the orders. They're 8 hours away. So we should finally have the rivers around the Mississippi Delta cleared out. And get trade flowing again. Hopefully give better supply to my troops up here. Along with the railroads that are being constructed. That should solve our supply issues. They are 24, 32, and 29% complete, so they probably won't be done until the end of the next campaign season if they're even done before the end of the war. And our coastal takedown of the fortifications here is moving, of course. So we've taken down Fort Clinch. I think we took down one more, or we failed at it. And we were engaged with this fort, but now we are not. I'll take a look at that. Trying to clear a path up the coast for our forces. And the ships that we have ordered for the Mississippi River are 75% complete, so hopefully by mid-September we'll be able to have those in the water and help us clear out the Mississippi. And the ironclads we ordered to take on the fleets in Long Island Sound are 40% of the way from completion. So probably towards the end of winter we will have those. Alright, I think that covers everything for right now. So I will be back with the next incident. Alright, we're not even actually a full day away from the last battle. I've actually had the game playing for about an hour in game time. And the rebels are already making another attempt at Washington, D.C. That 2 Corps that crossed the river didn't fight us in the last battle are attacking 3rd Corps now that I'm having them on the move. So we have the Army of Ohio with one of their corps and a corps from the Army of Maryland attacking us under the command of Lewis Little. We don't know anything much about this man. Initiative active, leadership liked, Euchre. Predictable and then cunning, so his corps aren't going to be spread out probably. So they're attacking us with 25,896 infantry, 4,000 cavalry, no artillery. Once again, going up our combined strength of 54,902, 6,900 cavalry, and 128 guns. So probably not going to be much of a contest at all. As 3rd Corps alone has 33,636 men and 64 guns in it. So, yeah. We jump into this fight, and I will see you all on the other side of the load screen. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Aqueduct Bridge, Washington, D.C., or District of Columbia. So this actually is not the 17th Battle of D.C. This is actually the Battle of Aqueduct Bridge. So we finally have a name change, even though it's the same map. So what you could say, and we are on the attack. We are not defending. We are actually attacking. I love having that. Actually having to attack something. It makes it much more interesting. But, so I guess what you could say this scenario is that the army we are fighting managed to create a lodgment while we were fighting the Army of Virginia the previous day. Because this is literally only, the last battle took place on September 6th. It's now September 7th. So you could say this army created a lodgment, and we are having to beat them back from that lodgment. So, pretty straightforward. They're just defending right here at the Ray Farm along the 7th Street Turnpike. So we're just going to come straight down the road at them. Cavalry and elite scout out their positions. Followed up by, not 14th Division. Should be 14th right there. Oh, it is correct division. Okay. Followed up by 14th Division, which has the Vigilante Guard, the Byzantine Guard, and a generic 2nd Brigade. And they're going to be followed up by 13th Division. And then followed up by 12th. So it's 13:30. We should have the battle done before the end of the day. Just depends on how long it takes to get my troops down there. So, won't hold you here. I'll come back in once we have contact with the rebels. All right, it's now 14:30, and I am already making change of plans here, as the rebels do have themselves an extensive line of fortifications down the center of the road here. Is this both of their corps? Yep, both of their corps in the entrenchments. So I'm not Grant, and this is not Cold Harbor, so I am not attacking this directly. So I still have the 14th Division going down the center here. And I have redirected. Didn't you get your redirection orders? Oh, there we go. No, 13 still going down the center. 14th is heading off onto the rebels' left flank along this road here. And the 12th is moving down this road here. And coming out over here, I'm going to use this farm track through the woods here to come in behind their lines. And I have the artillery moving up here. So it's going to take the longest for the artillery to come up and meet us. So this will probably be a day 2 attack. And that's if the rebels don't shift position. I'm hoping they do not. I'm staying far enough back where the rebels should not shift on us. But we'll see. So I'll be back once I'm ready to begin. All right, it's now 17:20 at day 1. I've grown tired of waiting for my artillery to come up. So I've actually given orders to start kicking this thing off. So I have the 12th Infantry Division moving into this fence line here. I have the 14th crossing behind them at the Ray Farmhouse itself to seize the objective point. Richardson's cavalry coming in here along this fence line, hopefully tie down these brigades in the entrenchments. We need to start pushing forward this division. Just a hair. just enough to keep them inside of the rebels, and hopefully have them not move while the other divisions move into position. Once again, waiting for the artillery because they are all on top of each other again. Come on, Cessnola, what the hell are you doing? These guys are ready to break. I mean, they had a good position, but they just let me get around them too easily. And of course, Sherman's the only one doing his own damn thing, going right through the woods. Ugh. Come on, boys, we can have this done before nightfall. All right, Pennsylvania Guard, push forward into engagement range. Joint the Guard, move into this wood line, please. Brigade, moving to that wood line there, please. And Byzantine Guard, keep going for the objective. Sherman, you are throwing all my plans off right now. God damn you. And if anybody's wondering what today's battle brew is, it is coffee with a bit of Irish in it. Tully to be specific. I shouldn't have given you advance orders. You're still down that crick bed. Looks like first shots go to the Vigilante Guard. Good advice, that. If you didn't hear it, he said, shoot the one on the horse. I love how they edit all the voices into the units. About to take the objective. They are just ignoring Shank marching in their rear. Dimnick, come over here and hit Coke. How you boys doing? What the hell's my cavalry doing? What in God's green earth are you boys doing? Didn't want to do this, but all right, guys, time to start crossing. Right, objective is ours. Getting advancing against Greer right down the road from you. 2nd Brigade should be coming up to help you soon enough. And these guys abandoned the entrenchments. Yes, they did. Vigilante. We're going to take advantage of that. Advance. These guys turn their flank to the oncoming brigade because they're moving to help this flank. There they go. They're starting to break already, boys. Keep on them. Full brigade, just start firing at them, please. Cavalry's actually putting up a bit of a fight. Not used to that. Rebel cavalry usually runs from all the fighting. Sherman, where the hell are you? There you are. Cavalry's giving out just as good as they get. I am surprised. I don't know what the hell my cavalry's doing. Give them advance orders and just kind of lollygagging around. Guess they might be tiptoeing after what happened to Caro's dog foxes. I don't know. I don't expect that out of Pennsylvania Guard. They're the best cavalry unit in the damn army. Now engaged. Push in. Come on, Sherman, stay on top of that brigade. Gonna take too much more to break this lodgment out. Boys, stop advancing. Get up into these entrenchments. Get behind them. Do any damage to these boys? Yeah, a little bit. A little closer, please. That cavalry's just hanging in there. Alright, Byzantines advance in. Why are you boys not following my orders? Good job, boys. That's another brigade down. Alright, get into the entrenchments, boys. Show them who owns them. The hell are you guys doing? Let's go. There's 2 brigades in there. And that brigade commander's got a high level of cunning if we keep losing sight of him like that. Byzantines, bayonets, finish that brigade off. Nope, they broke us before we even got into range. Alright, Porter, advance down this way. We got them encircled. Let's just advance onto the rear of that brigade, please. And Windcoop, come help clear out this damn cavalry that refuses to break. There's a whole mess of them in here. Alright, boys, let's finish this. Bayonets, let's go. Pennsylvania Guard, get mounted. Go get them. Take some vengeance for the dog foxes. There they go. Go get them, boys. I don't want prisoners. I want mass graves. Cavalry sees what's coming. They want none of that. Still in a minor victory even after that. Yeah. Not enough casualties. Ended this fight a little too fast. Oh, somebody just surrendered to us. Woods. Well, they were the only brigade left in the center of the line. They had nowhere to go. How many men was that? 2,100. Shows you how bad their morale is. We're capturing several brigades every battle, except for this one. I thought one or two of these brigades would surrender down here. Let's speed this along. And another brigade surrendered. Taylor with 2,300 men. Now my artillery gets into place and starts firing. All right, this battle went a lot better than I expected it to. I saw those entrenchments. I'm like, I'm going to take some heavy casualties in this fighting. And, yeah, these numbers speak for themselves. That did not happen. I think we took most of the casualties trying to dislodge their cavalry up on their right flank. So we lost 1,288 of our infantry, 19 of our cavalry. Total loss of 1,310 of our men. We got 8,500 or 27,000 infantry, 1,400 or 4,300 cavalry. Total 9,500 of their 32,000 men. When will these boys learn attacking DC is a bad idea? Just don't do it. All right, let's take a look at the paperwork here. Pennsylvania Guard did 312 to infantry, captured 328, 148 to cavalry for a total of 792. Engineers did not fight. 14th Infantry Division. Vigilante Guard did 471 to infantry, 151 taken prisoner, 3 to cavalry, total of 640. 2nd Brigade did 328 to infantry, 29 prisoners, total 357. Byzantine Vanguard did 568 to infantry, took 54 prisoners, total 622. Division total 1,619. 12th Division. 2nd Brigade did 2 to infantry, 554 to cavalry for total 573. 3rd Brigade did 175 to infantry, captured 11 for total 186. McDowell's Lumberjacks did 471 to cavalry, took 10 prisoners for total 490. Division total 1,249. 13th Infantry Division. 4th Brigade did 386 to infantry, 11 taken prisoners, 81 to cavalry, 5 taken prisoners, total 44. 3rd Brigade did 463 to infantry, 188 prisoners, total 653. 2nd Brigade did 168 to infantry. Division total 1,305. And the artillery division got some shots in there, but division total of 46. All right, we get any of their officers. We didn't lose any this time. All right, wounded Pendleton. Wounded Coke. Captured Taylor. Wounded Wood. Wounded Stafford. And that's it. All right. 5 of their officers, not too bad. They would generally take out a few officers every battle, so their officer corps got to be running very short-handed at this point. All right, get closed out of here, and I will see you all at the load screen. Glorious victory at Aqueduct Bridge. The Yemen's reportedly suffered total casualties of 9,738 men. There were 603 killed, 6,655 captured. Our casualties totaled 1,310 men, with 159 killed, 195 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 7,400 rifles and 0 guns in the field, and sent 6,295 enemies into our catch and release program. And General Little, the Army commander, lost face in that battle, so somebody else should be getting command of that army. They have to learn going after DC is just not going to work. They got to learn that one of these days. Battle rolled off. There we go. Well, let's reissue these transference orders before you guys go up to Frederick. 3rd Corps come down to DC. All right, once again, we're going to end this episode here. As I've been saying, 1 battle per episode. Otherwise, they do get extremely long. So, once again, and I'm not even going to cover the map because we didn't even go a whole day in the game. So, nothing has actually changed. So, once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, you've not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. If you like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. And once again, if you've been following the series and you're enjoying it, don't forget to bayonet that like button and butt stroke that comment section. Keep the algorithm going in our favor. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.